Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining us at the Art of Dining In. What a fantastic lineup this week. We are joining the chef, which are going to cook a lovely dish based on the Indian sort of Indian recipes made by Hamish and all the team. Very exciting menu, full of flavor, colors, and texture. This time around, for those who like beer, we decided to do a very special line of beers, isn't it?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's good. We wanted to do something a bit different, you know. And I mean, for me at least, like Indian food and beer just working amazing together. You know, it's
Is I imagine on the comfort of your zone of your home on the sofa drinking a beer, having a little bit of a chicken tandoori. It's excellent. But anyway, we're gonna start with the first dish. We are going to Tasmania in Hobart with the owners of Mona, the museum. They have a winery as well as brewery called Moo Brewery. It's excellent. This is a session ale that is quite light and fruity, which has a lot of freshness, which will go quite well with your pan roll, isn't it?
absolutely. And session means like sessionable, so you expect something nice and easy to start the meal with. Something really crisp, not high in alcohol, something really easy to really cut through the pan roll, beef and potato pan rolls. Next one, we are actually going local. So we are in St. Andrews Beach Brewery. We have the Pilsner. Pilsner is the difference between a Pilsner and a lager. There is no difference. And this Pilsner, you're gonna have something very, very smooth. The hops, they are Zan hops. So you expect something a bit more herbal, something really smooth and crisp. A really fantastic beer, really easy, and I basically fell in love with this beer here, and it's really fantastic. Do you love this beer, Xavier?
I love this beer. I'm loving the fact that in the peninsula we also have a lot of breweries, which is quite excellent. It means that it's quite diverse. We do. I mean, St. Andrews Beach is a fantastic place to live and to do a few walkies. And when you finish your walk and have a lovely beer, which is made in the area, it makes even more so special. And you'll find it even on the next dish. We decided to take two bays this time around. The Jomana, we call it the hood in our world, but amazing. We'll have IPA. IPA stands for India Pale Ale, very ancient style of beers. They used to use hops as a way to conserve the beer when the beers were traversing the whole world to go from Britain to India and so forth. This is gluten-free as well. I know it doesn't seem very masculine, but it's actually very good because you can actually drink a little bit more. They're using a lot of ancient grains, and those grains, millet and all of this allows the beer to have a lovely texture, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it's not compromising the flavor in any form. It's really fantastic. You get that hoppiness that you want exactly with the yellow gal, and the spiciness of the dish. And yeah, really works together. Really high tune matching, and yeah, it's really exciting one. On the next one, we are going to Melbourne. We have the beer called The Mechanic. Is by Co-Conspirators. We are in Brunswick. We are in Melbourne. These guys, they are essentially two couples that started the craft beer brewery, but they started as a hobby. This one is a oat cream pale ale, so they're using high portion of oats in their mash, and they also adding a bit of that lactose, so you're gonna have the really beautiful milky creaminess to the dish, which is exactly what you want with the kick of the tandoori chicken and the curry spices. It's really balancing each other and refreshing.
This is my favorite beer of all time. I'm not normally a very big fan of rich style of ale, but this one, made my day every time I open it. I'm just looking at the back of the labels. It says a lot of different things about what they're doing, but basically they're using a lot of different hops to give more layers of complexity. And what I like is about that softness on the palate, really to match with the spiciness of the curry. It's a beer that I would drink breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I could. and I'm glad that we were able to have that on the lineup. And to finish, we're going in France, the cherry on the cake with cider made of apples. We are in Brittany. Brittany is the kingdom of cider in France, very, very well known, very traditionalist. We actually eat crepes while drinking cider in France, and we decided to put the Aval, which is one of the top sort of microbrewery in Brittany, and they use different type of apples from very acidic to very sweet to give that beautiful balance between sweetness and acid in the bottle. And how does it work with the dessert?
I mean, for me, like the bubbles and the fizziness of the beer and the creaminess of the panna cotta is really works together. It's really, really fresh, crisp. Now we're getting to those sunny days. If you don't finish the beer and the dessert is done, just sit outside, pull out a chair, and just enjoy the beautiful sun.
So would you actually pour that with ice cubes, or?
Well, it's up to you how you like your drinks, but
how would you
personally,
drink it?
I would put it on ice and I'll drink it
Yeah.
without ice.
Without a straw?
Well, if you don't need a straw. I mean,
No.
I would just. No, it's really, really fantastic. And yeah, fresh, crisp, really elegant. And you don't see a lot of it around, eh?
No. It's quite unique. Yeah, it's a real product from France, and I'm glad that we can find that in Australia. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for participating to a beer tasting with us. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. Don't hesitate to give us some feedback about what you thought about the experience. If you have any question, you can send us an email. If you want to know more about what's happening next week, please click on the link that is happening in the screen right now, which is not the truth. Anyway, it was a pleasure to have you guys. Thank you for your support.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to see you on the next one.
Santé.